Welcome to Fresh Talk News Channel. Today, we bring you the latest updates from Ukraine as tensions rise on the eve of the third anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion. KYIV, Ukraine AP. Ukrainians remain on edge, not just because of their long-standing enemy, Russia, but now due to uncertainty surrounding their strongest ally, the United States. Support for Ukraine appears to be wavering as former President Donald Trump amplifies Russian President Vladimir Putin's rhetoric while promising to end the war on terms that many believe favor Moscow. This week, Trump sparked outrage by falsely labeling Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky a dictator who started the war. The remarks ignited strong reactions across Ukraine, where citizens are rallying around Zelensky in defiance of what they see as Russian disinformation. Yes, he's not perfect, but he's not a dictator, said Katerina Karaush, a Kyiv resident struggling to comprehend Trump's shifting stance on Russia, a stance even some US Republicans are questioning. Despite facing overwhelming odds, Ukraine has resisted Russian advances with massive military aid from the US. However, after 3 years of war, the toll is staggering. Hundreds of thousands killed or wounded, tens of thousands missing, and millions displaced. Trump's recent statements, combined with reports of secret US-Russia ceasefire talks in Saudi Arabia excluding Ukraine, have only deepened concerns. Even Zelensky's political critics are now standing by him. We may have different views on Zelensky, but only Ukrainians have the right to judge or criticize him, said opposition lawmaker Yaroslav Zhelezniak. Meanwhile, Trump's harsh rhetoric has drawn bipartisan criticism in the US, where military aid for Ukraine has long been a point of agreement. However, Vice President J.D. Vance defended Trump, criticizing Zelensky for calling out the disinformation. As tensions escalate, a planned press conference between Zelensky and Trump's Ukraine envoy was abruptly cancelled, reflecting the growing divide. A recent poll by the Kyiv International Institute of Sociology found 57% of Ukrainians still trust Zelensky, showing that even amid war fatigue, many remain united behind their leader. On the battlefield, Ukrainian forces, outnumbered and outgunned, continue to resist Russia's slow but steady advances. Soldiers on the front lines remain determined. Even if weapons or funding are cut, our duty remains, said a Ukrainian officer. No shells, we'll use rifles. No rifles, we'll fight with shovels. Trump also echoed Putin's demand for immediate elections in Ukraine, arguing that Zelensky's term has expired. But within Ukraine, even opposition leaders reject the idea, stating that elections during wartime would only serve Russia's interests. Elections now would divide Ukrainians and give the Kremlin an advantage, said lawmaker Volodymyr Areev. Others warn that millions of displaced Ukrainians and soldiers on the front lines would be unable to vote, further destabilizing the country. Analysts argue that pushing for elections before securing peace would be disastrous. This is the fastest way to weaken Ukraine, said Professor Valery Pekar. The US and Russia seem to agree on elections first, then peace, but for Ukraine, this approach is dangerous. As the war enters its 4th year, Ukraine faces not just Russian aggression, but shifting political dynamics that could shape its future. Thanks for watching Fresh Talk News Channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates.